Most people grinding through side hustles are actually just creating a second job for themselves, and they have absolutely no idea it's happening. You're exhausted, you're working late, you're telling everyone you're building something. But at the end of the month, the money barely moves. Sound familiar? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to see exactly which side hustles can actually grow without eating your entire life. And more importantly, why the ones you're probably doing right now might be keeping you broke and busy at the exact same time. Let me start with something that might sting a little. Busy is not a business model. I know, it feels like it should be. You wake up early, you stay up late, you're always doing something. So you must be building wealth, right? Wrong. A hamster runs on a wheel all day too, and it gets absolutely nowhere. The problem isn't your work ethic. The problem is the structure of what you're working on. There are two types of side hustles in the world. The first type trades your time for money. Every single dollar you earn requires you to physically show up and do something. The second type builds something that eventually works, without you having to be present every minute. The first type is a job you gave yourself. The second type is what we're talking about today. Now, before you click away thinking this is going to be some cheesy passive income speech, let me be real with you. Almost nothing is completely passive. Everything requires effort up front. But there is a massive difference between effort that compounds and effort that just vanishes the moment you stop. Think of it like planting seeds versus carrying buckets of water. You can carry buckets every single day of your life. Or you can plant something that grows on its own once you've done the hard part. Both require work. Only one actually scales. So let's talk about the side hustles that can genuinely scale for people who are already busy. And we're going to be honest about what each one actually demands. First up, digital products. This one has gone absolutely wild in the last few years, and for good reason. A digital product is basically something you create once and sell forever. Think templates, guides, mini-courses, spreadsheets, presets, ebooks. You make it one time, you list it somewhere like Gumroad, or Etsy's digital section, or your own website, and people can buy it at 2 in the morning while you're sleeping. The upfront work is real. Creating something good takes time and energy, but once it exists, it doesn't need you anymore. That's the difference. The effort you put in on day one can pay you back for years. The catch? You need an audience or a platform to find your product. A digital product sitting in a folder no one can see is just a hobby, not a business. So if you go this route, you need to pair it with some kind of content strategy, which leads us nicely to the next one. Content creation and monetization. Now hear me out before you groan and say everyone says to start a YouTube channel. The reason everyone says it is because it actually works, but only if you understand why it scales. When you post a video, a blog post, a newsletter, or even a TikTok, that content lives on the internet indefinitely. It keeps working for you long after you've posted it. A video you made 6 months ago can still bring in views, leads, or ad revenue today. That is leverage. That is your time multiplied. The thing nobody tells you is that you don't have to post every single day to build something meaningful here. Consistency matters more than frequency. 2 solid videos a month will beat 7 rushed ones every time, both for your sanity and for the algorithm. But here's where I want to be transparent. Content creation takes time to build up. You're probably not going to replace your income in the first 3 months. If someone told you that, they were selling you something. The real value of content is that it compounds. Month 6 looks different from month 1. Month 18 looks completely different from month 6. You're building an asset, not chasing a paycheck. Third on the list, and this one is seriously underrated, is done-for-you services that you productize. Okay, this sounds fancy, but it's actually simple. Let's say you're good at something. Writing, designing, editing videos, managing social media, whatever it is. Normally you'd sell your time, right? Client needs something, you do it, you get paid, repeat forever until you want to cry. That's the trap. Instead, you package your service into a fixed offer. Here's exactly what you get. Here's exactly what it costs. Here's exactly how long it takes. Now you've turned a chaotic, time-consuming service business into something predictable and scalable. You can eventually hire someone else to do the actual work while you focus on getting clients. That's a business. The difference between a freelancer and an agency owner is literally just this shift in thinking. Fourth, and this one requires some upfront learning, but pays off enormously, is affiliate marketing done through content. Before you roll your eyes, this is not about spamming links to your family group chat. Real affiliate marketing looks like creating genuinely helpful content, a review video, a comparison blog, a tutorial, and including links to products that actually help your audience. When someone buys through your link, you earn a commission. You created the content once. It keeps sending people to those links for months or years. If you build this inside a content strategy, it compounds beautifully. The biggest mistake people make with affiliate marketing is promoting things they don't actually use or care about just to chase commissions. Your audience can smell that from a mile away, and it destroys trust faster than almost anything else. Now, let's talk about what makes all of these actually work together, because here's what most side hustle advice misses entirely. The magic isn't in picking the perfect hustle. The magic is in stacking them so they support each other. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Say you're a busy person who knows a lot about personal finance. You start a YouTube channel or a newsletter talking about budgeting tips. That content builds an audience. That audience trusts you. You create a budgeting spreadsheet as a digital product and sell it for $15. You also include affiliate links to the financial apps you actually use. Now you have 3 income streams all feeding from the same content you're already making. You're not working 3 times harder. You're working once and getting paid 3 ways. That is a system. That is scale. Now let's get into the part nobody wants to hear, but everyone needs to. Why most side hustles fail to scale. Are you ready? It's not because people are lazy. It's because they keep choosing convenience over strategy. They pick things that feel productive, but don't build toward anything. Driving for a rideshare app, doing random tasks on gig platforms, selling stuff you find at garage sales, these are fine for quick cash, genuinely fine, but they don't build. The moment you stop, the money stops. There is no momentum. There is no asset being created. If you're already spending 8 to 10 hours a week on a side hustle, that's 8 to 10 hours every single week that could either be building something permanent or just running in place. The effort is the same. The direction is completely different. Here's a question I want you to sit with. If you stopped working on your side hustle for 2 weeks right now, would you still earn anything? If the answer is no, that's not a side hustle that scales. It's a second shift. The goal here isn't to shame you out of what you're doing. The goal is to help you see that you can redirect that same energy, that same hustle, that same drive you already have, into something that actually builds over time. You're clearly not afraid of work. You're already doing it. Let's just make sure the work is going somewhere. So here's your takeaway from today. Stop measuring success by how busy you are, and start measuring it by what keeps working when you're not. Build once, earn repeatedly. Stack your income streams so they feed each other. And give yourself permission to think like a builder instead of just a worker. One last thing before you go. The best time to start building something scalable was probably a year ago. But the second best time is right now, today, with whatever knowledge and skills and weird little interests you already have. You already have something worth building. You just have to point it in the right direction. If this video helped you think differently about how you spend your side hustle hours, drop a comment below telling me which of these you're most interested in trying. And if you want to go deeper on any one of these strategies, I've got more videos coming that break each of them down completely. Hit subscribe so you don't miss those, and I'll see you in the next one.